The HSBC 7 Series champions kick us off. And the kick goes long to Fajnan, just 18 years of age. The next generation of French superstars in the women's division coming through here in Cape Town. Great offloads in the tackle. They're off and running early on. This is brilliant stuff. The athleticism stretching away from Tunkara. Drag down, gets it free. Wonderful offload. Christians.
Oh, they're bringing the heat. I mean, Alicia Christian finished it off for France, but Tunkara went in, she started running, she kept going, got chased down by Dennis, but not to be stopped, and then the support line was so far behind, but somehow manages to get the offload on, strung together a couple of passes, and Christians gets it on for France.
Too much height on that kick, not getting the distance, falls short, 5 points to 0, France lead.
And against a side like Australia, you've got to start off well, get that energy going, get the belief going, and you've got to start creating a bit of space between you and the side.
Oh, away we go with the try scorer, Christians. Bit of an unorthodox take, but taken in all the same. And Australia will look to strike back. They will have been frustrated by that semi-final loss. They've lost possession here. Siofani gets it away. Could they strike twice early on? Jasson cuts back inside and gets shut down by Paki. But look at where they're starting, deep in the red zone of the Aussies. Tia Hines floods the zone with that tackle. Now moving again with Dezu. Hines in over the ball, can't get her hands on it. Siofani plays from the base. There's a bit of a half gap to work with here. Tunkara! Stunning!
Oh, they're carving up the defense of the Aussies, not being able to catch up at all. That woman, Tunkara, she's had a start of dreams. First 2.5 minutes, so good. Look at that, flooding the numbers, keeping the defense honest, keeping them tight around at breakdown time, creating the numbers, frees the arms on the outside, and the receipt, the attitude to just grab it in one hand and accelerate 1v1. Maddie Levi, Tunkara wins that race.
Successful conversion, over it goes, and France lead 12 points to 0 over the almighty Australia. The restart going slightly longer from France. Not looking for a contestable one on that occasion. Nasser, the new captain of Australia, carries it forward. What a counteract from France, and they're breaking straight up the center with Fajnan. Wide it goes, the try is on. It's a try for sure. Jasson.
Oh, they would have been wondering where this attitude was in the semi-final. 3 tries are good in the first 4 minutes of the game, 3.5 minutes. Look at this. Gets in, no protection, isolated on the ground. Nasser, the sealer's not in there quick enough. Blows over, creates the ball. Fajnan is involved so much, and then the presence of mind to look on the outside, the call coming from Jason, and the lead just extending. However, you can't get comfortable now. You've got to keep going.
Absolutely. Anything is possible with Australia. They trail by 17 within the first 4 minutes of this third place playoff. Back underway, courtesy of Christians. Into contact. And Australia look to initiate their own. Now spending a bit of time with ball in hand. This will be a relief as Heidi Dennis carries it forward. Nasser, switch to Paki. Good physical play from Paki. Sending it deep, Nasser. Faith Nathan sends it on to Madison Levi, and once she touches the ball, there is only one ending in sight. Levi's in for try number 20 in the HSBC 7 Series.
Yeah, absolutely no panic from the Aussie women. The defense of the French just far too tight. Conversion's good too, so full 7 points. This is the last try, but it all created on the other side. There was a ruck time, got really tight in the defense. Tunkara was never going to catch up to Maddie Levi on the outside. Way too much space. Presence of mind from Levi to stay wide, wait for that long pass, because the defense was so congested on the far end of the pitch. And they're back in it.
She runs like an Olympian. She is an Olympian. But the Australians may have been having some Olympic flashbacks. And they were stunned by Canada and then by USA to miss out on the medals altogether. And they drag this one out of the fire. Siofani takes in the restart, the offload. Ill-advised.
And so that's where composure comes in this game. You realize you're 10 points up. There's no need to force a 50-50 pass. Siofani going down. Jason already committed to going in for the seal, wanting to protect the ball, looking to get that offload. So just a little bit of composure needed to kind of take that one deep breath, get a leader that just says, let's just slow things down, play on our pace.
Another Levi has entered the fray. Tegan and Maddie on the field simultaneously. Kaslik, the experienced head of this Australian side, former captain, of course, feeds Faith Nathan. He's also a prolific try scorer. Upright in the tackle. High tackle only, the tap and go from Australia, looking to increase the tempo now. Tegan Levi on the ball. It's all untidy. Play on is the call. Faith Nathan trying to protect the ball.
So much happening at that breakdown time. Ball was lost, stolen by Siofani on the ground. Deju got involved as well, and then eventually got the ball back, playing from an offside position. You always got to start behind last man's feet. That's where the ruck's created. You can see Tegan Levi, they're just not working in threes at the moment, really isolated going into that contact point. Deju, Siofani, all involved. Now they got the ball back, but they're still deep inside their own half. They want to get up the field.
Biding her time before feeding Fajnon, and now Siofani comes on the loop. The defense there for Australia. Siofani goes back, goes forward, attracts two defenders. The pop over the top creates some space. Cutting back in field is Dezu. Measured approach from France. Frustration from Australia.
Sorry, accidental offside, off the foot into a player in front. Halftime.
The hooter having sounded, that error leads to the halftime break, and France will be very happy with this position. They lead 17-7. Place playoff. It's the business end of the Cape Town Sevens. Great kickoff. Australia not marshalling that one, allowing the rugby ball to bounce, and Kaslik pays the price. Tegan Levi clearing it up. That's their own 22-meter line. And powering forward with ball in hand is Isabella Nasser, the young captain of Australia.
Yeah, just offside at ruck time, not behind last man's feet. Over eager. You can understand the high line defense of France. They want to get in the faces, put the passes of Australia under pressure. But you got to track back once that ruck's made, get back and go.
Kaslik, player of the final in Dubai, and there's a basic error from Australia.
Yeah, just nothing going their way at the moment.
Yeah.
So physical. Try Pucky, frustrated with herself. Just not sticking the hands out. Any kids watching, put your hands out, show the target, pull it into your body.
Bind. Set.
10 points separate the sides. Here by the seaside in Cape Town. Cleared away by Fajnon. How impressive is this teenager? Still in the hands of France. Jasson, one of the try scorers. What an offload that is. Charging straight through is Neeson. She gets it away, and Siofani can't get her hands on the ball. Desperation from Australia. Hines wins back possession, but only temporarily.
They got something in their veins. You can immediately see as soon as they get something, hand goes up, composure, slow things down, frustrate the Aussies because they want to play at pace. There's half a break. Jesson just holding on long enough, gets the offload, comes on the loop around. Does Neeson, doesn't have the pace to get back, just kind of flung the ball back. Anyone who wanted it, it's yours.
Don't delay putting the ball in.
And then Siofani goes over it for the steal. That's brilliant. Take your time, go through your motions, go through your processes.
Bind. Set.
Perrine Fajnon to feed this scrum, which could prove so pivotal. Fajnon gets it free. Here's Siofani. Australia going to have to make their tackles. Individual responsibility will be key. Siofani feeds it away to Lotos.
Tackle, release.
Knee down, she must be released. Clearing now, Siofani, hands. Wow.
Trying to overplay. That's the definition of overplay.
Time off, sub.
So make
22.
the hit go. Look at that. Those 50-50 offloads don't need to happen. If you see the highline defenses coming off, if you see the defenders in your face, hold on to the ball, take it into contact. You can understand wanting to play quickly, trying to exploit some sort of space. Yeah, but uphill battle now for Australia. 4.5 minutes, more than enough time.
Time back on.
The future is coming on in Cape Town. Another teenager onto the field.
Bind.
This one for Australia, Mackenzie Davis.
Set.
Now Faith Nathan gets it away. They are under pressure, to say the very least, but that's how you deal with pressure, with excellence. Charging away upfield, she's being hunted down, looking over her shoulder. Tegan Levi feeds it to her sister. She will not be caught. She is rapid. Madison Levi does it again and again and again.
Oh, Maddie Levi, the big sister, always there to lend a hand. I'm not just saying that because I'm a big sister. Look at that, hard work, pure precision, power from Tegan Levi. Uses the footwork, changes her hips, and then stays square. But watch Maddie Levi in the background, realizes that little sister's going to run out of something at some point in time, gets on the shoulder for the support. The offload even better, and the most casual of strides for Maddie Levi.
Off. Move player down.
Well, Maddie Levi set the record for the most tries ever scored at one event in Dubai. She's continued to find form here, chasing down the one and only Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe.
Yeah, and the trajectory that she's on, she's got so much more rugby left in her, so many more years left in her. I mean, what a competitor. That was always what we wanted to see, Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe versus Maddie Levi. Looks like a French player that's down there.
Yeah.
That's why got a bit of a delay too.
Some medical treatment on the field. And Madison Levi, the record that she broke last weekend, had stood since 2015, set by, guess who, Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe. 14 tries she scored in Atlanta. She is a one of a kind.
Oh, but we got a game on here.
Yeah.
Only 3 minutes in it, or 3 points in it. 3.5 minutes left to go, and so much more to come.
It's going to be unbelievable. Concluded by the Blitzboks being in the final for the first time since 2020, but the last time they won here, Layla, was 2015. Philip Sneyman was playing, the coach.
And Chris Dry too.
Oh, of course.
He was there too. He was speaking about it and what it meant to win something in 2015. So that's going to be so good. It's going to be electrifying.
What have you made of Spain and how well they've done?
Oh, the way that they've been able to build themselves up throughout the season. They've started off with a bang. They kind of come in, you know, really, really quiet, but they've got these magicians on the park that just know how to make something out of nothing. And to be able to contest for a final 2 weekends in a row. Last weekend they were in the final, this weekend just short. Yeah, it just shows kind of where they're going.
So Perrine Fajnon is the player down, the 18-year-old. So sad. And she's getting some excellent medical treatment right now. But let's talk about the women's final, Layla. Are you giving any hope to the USA dramatically into the final?
You know what? Coming out of the Olympics, it was almost as if something was building inside of them and they wanted to come and make a statement. I'm really interested to see how that goes. Black Ferns looked on one earlier in their semi-final. I mean, they won with the biggest record that they've ever won in a semi-final, and or the largest margin rather. But to come in and play against a US side that just knows how to win, how to get dark and grit. And they came from behind to end up winning that semi-final. Wouldn't put anything past them. I think it's anyone's game. Is going to be interesting.
And the final in Dubai last weekend, Australia versus New Zealand, high drama. Maddie Levi making the difference.
Oh, that's always a classic one. They just know how to play finals, don't they? And that's, you can understand perhaps the disappointment of playing in a third place. But nonetheless, look at that. Those are the points table. So those are the points that are available to each of the sides at the moment. Came off a win in Dubai. Australia last weekend, this time playing for 3 and 4.
Some disillusionment in the Australian ranks, no doubt. That heartbreak at the Olympics must be lingering in the mind. Missing out on the medals altogether, oh, it had to be a heartbreak.
Yeah, definitely will be in the minds, but you know, you kind of just have to let go, move on, and say we're going to start a new series off, try and get something going for the series.
Well, this is not where the action stops. It's almost where it starts. The first 2 weekends, Dubai in the bag. Fiji winning the men's section, Australia winning the women's. We're here in Cape Town. It will be New Zealand or USA in the women's division. The Blitzboks also contesting the final. Then Perth at the end of January. Move on to Vancouver. Hong Kong is going to be a big party, followed by Singapore. That's another back-to-back weekend situation there. And then we head to Los Angeles for the big show, the World Championships at the end of the season. How about this new format, Layla, with that final weekend meaning so much? The trophy, the victory on the 7 series, the playoffs for the promotion and relegation as well.
Yeah, so much jeopardy. There's so much happening. Good luck to everyone involved in Singapore. You're just going to start taking your calculators out. But it's going to be such a good one. It really just does something to the series and gets everyone involved, everyone excited for what's to come. And the quality of rugby that we're seeing on the 7 series too is incredible. It's always a party.
Scan that QR code if you want to keep up with all the action. It's very difficult to keep up with all the action. Very helpful to a commentator, that QR code.
Absolutely, that QR code is what saves our lives sometimes. Get on that app, follow what's happening, know who's playing next. If you're running up and down these stairs, getting all of our tracks on our watches. But yeah.
Perrine Fajnan making her way from the field now on the golf cart. That's why you see the clapping from both sides of the field and all around the stadium as well. The youngster, let's hope that she recovers as quickly as possible. She is brilliant.
France ready.
Well, we've got about 3 minutes left in this third place playoff. We're wishing all the best to Fajnan as she makes her way to some further medical treatment. And France lead by 3 points. Can they hold on? Can they extend? Siofani spent about 2 years away from the game. Must be so glad to be back. Great pickup from Jasson. A more experienced head in the French outfit. There's so many youngsters all across the 7 series. Dupuis goes to ground. The knock-on comes. Australia celebrate.
Oh, was it a bit too long a rest is the question for France. Just losing it at the bottom of that ruck.
From here.
Hits were made, trying to go quickly, maybe just too quickly. Great opportunity for Australia now. They've got the full width of the field, the whole open side to go with. Don't put it past Charlotte Caslick to not look on that blind side, though.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
So many dangerous weapons in this Australian outfit. One of those, Faith Nathan, Charlotte Caslick feeding her. Here's Tegan Levi in the midfield. She is tenacious in the contact. Caslick waiting for a clean presentation, and there it is, center field now. Options left and right, taken in to contact by Nasser. Leading the side at just 22 years old, the responsibility on her shoulders, no problem. Went to the same high school as Charlotte Caslick. Oh, how about that for some defense? Siofani rushing up and making the hit. Australia under pressure, scrambling it backwards. Faith Nathan now bides her time well, buys some time for her players to get in position. And Australia retained possession, and that's all that matters right now as we're in the final 90 seconds of a 3-point game. Australia trail. It was almost halfway through the gap there. Tegan Levi could have turned and run.
They're still stuck within their own 10-meter, Australia, though.
Oh, my goodness.
Time off.
Oh, I think that's going to get checked.
Check. Potential serious foul play against 28 blue.
Oh.
Serious foul play.
Yeah. Serious hit. Let's see if it was clean. No.
Yeah, so absolutely no change in body height. Might be a mitigating factor that Faith Nathan, just as she received the ball, went straight into almost a half squat position. Deju therefore followed her. However, I don't think there's too much of a mitigating factor there. If it is only a yellow, it'll definitely be cited and just checked. Yeah, well, that's direct head-on-head.
Kat, I have a decision for you. There is foul play by blue 28. There's direct contact with the head, a high degree of danger, and no mitigation.
Okay. Direct contact, high degree of danger.
Yep. That's the first red card we've seen this weekend. I should be disappointed knowing that there's only 3-point margin in it. There's nothing you can do in those moments. Have to get low. You have to look to get those hips head-on-head all day.
Well, the exuberance of youth, the 20-year-old gets a red card, and now Australia with the extra player on the field. Feed it to Madison Levi. She's past the first, dragged down by the second. France are going to have to hold on for all their worth here. Australia will work them left to right. They have the overlap on the outside. Here's Tegan Levi cutting back in field. No, well, that was a thrashing effort of a tackle from France.
For me, it was on the shoulder.
So, 7v6, there is space on the field somewhere. You have to look to play that space. You can't overplay in those moments. NASA just overrunning a line from Tegan Levi at that point in time. That's where the collision and the knock-on came from.
88 sub.
It becomes a different defensive mindset for France, though. So instead of going man on one, trying to attack and hit your attacking player, you've actually got to hold off as a 6v7 and then use the touchline as an extra defender, coax them towards the touchline. It's a much different skill set to employ, but it's definitely something they would have trained.
10 seconds to play. This is what Sevens rugby is all about. Charlotte Caslick clears from the base of the scrum. Faith Nathan with ball in hand. She can do it herself, have no doubt. Madison Levi on the switch. Caslick keeping her options open. It's 3-on-1 on the outside here. The skip ball goes over the top, slung wide by Hines, cutting back in field and beating multiple defenders. Australian players everywhere you look, running off the shoulders. Madison Levi hunted down by Siofani. Loose ball on the ground. Can France capitalize here? They try to get their hands on the ball, no such luck. Faith Nathan in trouble. She goes to ground, driving over the top. Siofani, Arbe is there. It's drama, it's glory for France. They win the third place playoff. What an effort on a brilliant weekend in Cape Town, and Australia are left distraught in back-to-back matches. France win 17-14.